Made a break clearance, probably should have made 2.
Oh, you take those.
Yeah, he overhit that. That was a strange break. We talked about his cue ball, and sometimes when he overreaches, he can lose it. This is exactly that. Gets it all wrong. Half ball on the front ball. He's got that completely mishit, but he still made a ball, and somehow the cue ball stays on the table.
Yeah, and look at the split he's got from that as well. I mean, it was both a front ball break and a cut break in one, didn't it? Because the cue ball came back into the pack again.
Yeah, cut break in the front ball with power. It's not advisable.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it'll catch on.
It's not what he was trying to do either. So we've got one bad ball though. I mean, yes, they've opened up nicely, but he's got to try and deal. Well, I say one bad ball. The one below the 8 ball, he's got to get to the left-hand side of it, but it's the one obviously nearest the top left-hand as we look from the overhead, but the bottom left-hand corner pocket.
I don't know if he'll try and move it though. I think Neil will back his positional play here to play short position.
He doesn't have a great ball to do it with though. That's the only slight issue with it. He might be playing clever stuff here. Could play a loss of turn and hide the white, but I don't think so. I think he's going all out. I actually think the red must pass. The one below the 8 ball might pass the bottom left-hand corner, and in that, if he can land straight, he's fine. It goes past the 8 ball to the left centre, so he knew he had a natural ball to get to that red. So now he can just top forward, and he has to get 3/4 ball on that red. Looks like he's got a touch too much angle, so he's going to be crossing the line narrowly, and he's short. That was actually the issue, wasn't that one? It was the previous one where obviously it was a tough pot, but if he lands straight on that red to the bottom right corner, he's got more chance to play with. The minute you're going towards it, you're on a really narrow line.
And he was out by fractions on that shot that he was short on as well, because he really punched it into the pocket. It's hit the cushion, it's come up a couple of mil short. Doesn't take much. He's judged that pretty well to give himself any kind of shot, but this is tough.
I think he might go cushion first here. Yeah, good things can happen. Get the red, catch it full, it goes into the cushion, goes off the yellow, catch it on the potting angle, can go in, can block a pocket. Okay, if he blocks the pocket, he's going to be a massive second favourite, but it keeps him in the frame for at least a visit.
Or you just make it direct. Big shot from the razor. Oh, he's got an 8 ball to make. He'll be delighted to have an 8 ball, but it's a toughie.
The only thing is it in off the yellow? So if you take it to the right centre, cue ball hits the yellow on the underside, it's going to be close.
Yeah, he lined it up straight away. So that way it takes it long, and that is a hell of an 8 ball. One for Josh Kane to stew on, right into his corner, and that won't be lost on him.
Yeah, knew that the minute that Neil struck that, he knew. Fabulous out from where he was with 2 balls and the 8 ball left. You don't get out from there very often, and he's done incredibly well.
Yeah, and it just goes to show, even on finishes that feel gettable, all it takes is a fraction of a wrong shot and you can be in serious bother. And the fact that Neil's had to pull out 2 shots of that calibre at the end of that visit speaks volumes to that point, really. But yeah, in the end, an excellent visit to the table from Neil Raybone. Really, really good clearance. Josh, by comparison, absolutely flushes his break and gets absolutely no reward. Again, a point that won't be lost on the killer.
Exactly. This is what goes through a pool player's head. Josh has sat there and watched Neil completely and utterly miss-hit the break, as bad as he ever will do. And then he goes about a finish, lands nowhere with 3 balls to go, and nowhere with 2 balls to go, makes a ball off a cushion, then a great 8 ball, and then Josh comes out and flushes it. All of this stuff's going through his mind right now.
And leaves a gettable finish. That's the other side of the coin, is these reds look really, really nice.
They're actually better than they look as well. They really are. There's no work to be done in terms of developing just the order, which obviously is doable. Probably have to take the one nearest the top right corner before the one that's further down the table. He might have been thinking about getting an angle to develop it. He has that angle now, but it's a little bit close to the jaw. Interesting to see if he raises the butt of the cue here and plays the shot. Could come down the table if he doesn't like it. If he feels comfortable enough to raise the butt of the cue and bump into the red nearest the right centre pocket, comes out well. It should be pretty plain sailing.
There's your answer, but has that come out nicely?
No, far from it.
Been a little unlucky. There's Neil Raybone. Can he screw down the line to maybe avoid the reds altogether and get to the bottom of the table and then go to the centre pocket from below?
Yeah, okay. I think he can absolutely do that.
To keep travelling, it's okay. Just
red might go left centre off the yellow as well. He's on the one at the bottom. You can see he's already eyeing up the angle he wants to right centre to follow.
The thing is, when Josh talked earlier tonight, and he said, you know, I've got 4 great players who, you know, realistically can all beat each other, and it just comes down to the chances. This is what he means. Neil's going to go 2-0 in front here, and Josh hasn't really had a go in the match, and a 2-0 lead, you know, might be enough just to swing the match in Neil's favour from this stage. It's tough to come back.
Yeah, the one shot that Josh has played, that break, he hit like a dream. Just didn't get a ball.
Lovely out though from Neil Raybone. Playing well tonight is Neil. He said earlier on in his interview, mentioned it to me when I saw him in Daventry a few weeks ago at the British Open, that on the opening day of that tournament, which involved group stages, so players played a lot of matches and almost played their way into the tournament, he said he felt as good as he had in a couple of years, which for a player as good as Neil is a really, really good sign that he's sort of just knocking on the door of that level again. He then said, you know, day 2 of the tournament didn't feel like he was quite there, but the fact he's able to just get himself back in those sorts of positions is a really good sign for him, and so far so good tonight as well. He's been really solid.
I think Neil's a player that could really do with going and playing some smaller tournaments maybe, and really just churning out a few wins and going back to what he used to do. Oh, could be a golden break? No, not quite. And just beat up on people that he's meant to beat up on and get some confidence out of it.
Turn into a bully.
Yeah, turn into a bully. I mean, sometimes that's what you want. I mean, the problem with being a professional pool player with Ultimate Pool when that's what you play in is that you're playing against brilliant players all the time, and it's very tough. Sometimes you just want a few wins.
Yeah, knowing a fair few of our Ultimate Pool pros pretty well, strange sort of dilemma they find themselves in, just with the nature of almost the club circuit in the UK. It can be quite difficult to enter those sorts of tournaments that you talk about, because ultimately not everyone wants to play against these boys, which I suppose is their right, but it's in a funny old place at the minute, that sort of thing.
Yeah, Neil's
open up that kind of worms though, we could be here all night.
Neil's at a time, and he's got a great chance here, by the way, for three straight. But Neil's at a time in his life where he's not going to travel around and play all those smaller tournaments. And you know, he's a family man. He's got another business as well, so you know, he's not going to go out and grind it. And like some other players will go and play, you know, go and find something to play in every single weekend. Neil's not in that place, and that's fine. But you know, I think it could help him. A little bit short there, just quit on it again. Wanted to be a little bit straighter on this to left centre.
Yeah, he's had a couple of those tonight where I think he's erred on the side of caution with this table. Overplaying it's bad, so almost not giving himself the opportunity to overplay it as if he's underplayed it. And he's come out All right.
No, he's okay because it plays as a generous pocket. I actually thought he might have been playing this pot with a generous pocket when he was hampered queuing previously and not clipping that one in the centre. Using that yellow.
Yeah, it's knocked it a hair thin. Just needs to judge this one. Slightly awkward queuing as well. You can see the adjustments. Don't cloth foul. Referee will be all over this. Yeah, he's played it well. Played it perfectly. That could sort of go wrong there was, aside from missing of course, was just leaving himself tree-topped on the red. But he is absolutely plumb. I feel like I've seen this 8 ball before tonight. Is that an awful lot, does Neil Raybone, when he's playing well, and he's playing well. 3 straight for the Razor. Josh Kane has not had a shot. Tough school.
Yeah, but also this is where you've got to have some real strong mental strength here, and if Josh gets the next 3 chances, you know, that's what he's got to find. He's more than capable of doing it, but doing it from 3-0 down is a lot harder than doing it from 0-0, especially with the clock pressure.
Yeah, but in a strange way, it's almost better, at least for Josh's perspective. You know, it's not all over if he loses this match, because he has to win his last match. He already knows that, but also he knows that Neil's running into a player who will be absolutely desperate to beat him in Vivek Makh. So yes, all that Josh can maybe take from that is a 3-way 6-red shootout, but at least he knows Neil's not going to have an easy last match against a player who's already knocked out.
Tricky, that 8 ball's in an awkward spot. He's thin on this one here. This wanted to be his last ball, I think. That was the plan. Reroute required. Another reroute required. He's not on anything, I don't think.
Probably go cushion first to the top left. Might even be able to see it direct, actually. It was cushion first. Oh, he's digging here. He's digging deep.
Got the first position shot wrong, and he's digging a bigger hole as we go through.
Yeah, this isn't a cue he's playing with, it's a shovel. That was so tough.
Yeah, should leave a pretty routine. Well, I say pretty routine. 8 ball's still in that terrible spot, but good chance for Neil to wrap this one up.
Yeah, and that's when top players talk about you needing a bit of luck and a bit of run of the ball to get through these Champions League nights. This is what Josh is talking about. You know, he's 3-0 down before he's even outside the table. The chance that he gets is infinitely tougher than the 3 that have gone prior. Sometimes it's just not meant to be, and that can be tough to take.
He'll still be disappointed that he didn't get out there, because he had, I mean, the 8 ball's in a poor spot, but he had the perfect connector to it, and he had a starter, you know, and everything had a pocket. So, you know, you offer that to any professional pool player, certainly someone at Josh's level, and he will tell you that he'll feel like he should have cleared that one up, and obviously the first shot going wrong positionally sent him down a path that he couldn't solve.
It's twice now Neil's tried to bump that 8 ball out, not with a huge amount of effect.
It will now drop in the centre pocket though. It's delicate, but it is an option for him now.
This is comfortably the worst visit to the table in this match from Neil Raybone. He's chasing this a little bit. He's not quite had the cue ball once in this visit just yet. Maybe some scant hope for Josh Kane. The issue is he's not still at the table. It's the hope that kills you.
Still can't get the cue ball where he wants it. He's, as you say, still at the table, and you still somehow get the sense that he's going to mop these up. If he lands straight in top left, then he knows he's right behind the 8 ball, almost guaranteed. Now he's gone a little bit further. He's probably going the other way around. Oh, that's very good. Oh, that's very, very good. You could tell he looked at it 2 or 3 times. He obviously didn't like that, the 8 ball in the centre. Likes it now.
Doesn't he just? Neil Raybone wins 4 frames to 0. What a performance from the Razor. Sharp as ever, Neil Raybone is flying in the Champions League.